So let me begin introducing myself. Hi, so my name is Daniel. I just graduated from University of Toronto, Canada. I study philosophy, book and media studies, and history of science. Now I'm working as a financial broker, but in the future I want to study more about Master of Teaching, focusing on teaching high school student philosophy or math.
Hi everyone, welcome to the information session for the Global Youth Challenge 2026 AI and the Future of Work. I'm Liz, and I am so thrilled to be your host today. I recently graduated from the University of Toronto with the Master of Education, and I couldn't be more excited to introduce you to this incredible journey. So, next slide, please. So we have a packed session today. We will start with a quick welcome and explain why GYC matters, walk through your journey and what you can gain, and then dive into the roles, rules of the volunteers and the competitors and how we can support you using our own resources. And finally, we will wrap up with the Q&A session. So keep those questions in your mind ready. Next up, please. So before we dive in, let's get to know each other better. Let's get to know each other better. So please unmute yourself to share your name, age, and where you are joining us from. And also, I'd love to see your faces. So I really encourage that everyone here to turn on your cameras if you can. So let's make this a real community space. Uh, how about Daniel? You can make an example for everyone.
Sure. So my name is Daniel. I'm now 21 years old, I guess. And I'm born in Canada, but I'm spent most of my time living in China. And my favorite food, I would say, is Vietnam noodle, the Vietnam beef noodle, I would say. Yes. And
Excellent.
Liz, you want to try?
Yeah, so hi again. I'm Liz. I'm also from China. As I mentioned earlier, I just graduated from the Master of Education at the University of Toronto. My favorite food must be the hot pot because that's one of the typical food of my hometown. So, any volunteer from our participants today? Jifan, are you here? It's Jing Fine. Duan. Oh, Jing Fine is typing in the chat box. If you feel comfortable, you can also type in the chat box. That's both okay. Just be chill and be relaxed. So Jifan saying that my name is Sarah Duan. I'm 18 years old and from Toronto. Nice to meet you, Sarah. And your favorite thing is California pizza. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Anyone
I like that pizza
else?
too.
Yeah, me too. Anyone else? Shad? Shad? Sorry,
Hello.
please correct me if I pronounced incorrect.
It's Shahd.
Shad,
Shut.
nice to meet you.
Yeah. So my name is Shahd, and I'm going to turn 15 next week, and I am from Egypt, but I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. And
Wow.
I, yeah, and my favorite food is I don't know. I love all food, but mostly sushi.
Sushi,
Okay,
wow.
wonderful. But anyway, happy birthday ahead. Okay, nice to meet you. We have one last participant. Could you please tell me your name? Is that Ming?
Yeah, hi.
Meantime,
Yeah,
Ming
hi.
Tai.
Um yeah, my name is Minh Thanh. I'm from Vietnam.
mm,
And like Daniel, my favorite food is also pho, like a type of Vietnamese noodle. It's
I
succinct.
see.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So it's really nice to meet you here, and thank you all to come to join in our meeting today. So let's go into the next slides. So first of all, what is GYC 2026? It's a critical thinking challenge focused on one of the most important topics of our time. It's AI and the future of work. So this competition is organized by the Global Youth Challenge and co-hosted by the Ontario Institute of Studies of Education Incore Lab at the University of Toronto and also the Arundel Academy. We are also honored to have the world-class judges from the University of Waterloo, OIZ at the University of Toronto, Brock University, and also the Arundel Academy. So please go to the next slides. Thank you. Plus, besides, our supporting partners include Sinclair College and the University of Ottawa. So you are truly being heard by the very best in the academia in Canada. So for next slides, Daniel will go through the history and the philosophy of the GYC.
Okay, so the activity of GYC began from 2020 during COVID-19. And over years, we have more and more advanced topics following the ongoing problem of society, science, environment, and technology. So in the recent years, we have more discussion about AI. And you can see at the beginning, the discussion of AI is more broad, more abstract, and more vague. We talk about AI and the future of humankind. And nowadays, we have discussion about AI and the future of work, which is more practical. It is about how AI may influence the way humans creating their own living condition in the material world. So I believe the form of competition of each year are similar. Like we record a project video and then we also have a presentation video one-to-one. And I think we have a new interview session for this year. It's because we want to have more interaction for the real people who actually working, who are actually influenced by AI and who actually concerned about the influence of AI. So I would say we should take this opportunity not only as an opportunity to earn scholarship, to earn volunteer hour, or to enrich our resume, but also an opportunity to build our connection with the reality, to find a community who share the same concern, same interest with us, and to grow together. So next is the philosophy of GYC. So as you can see, it's from local to global, from global to local. So the problem of AI is global in the sense that the development of AI is a global tendency. Everywhere is developing AI, and its influence is also global. For example, nowadays Canada outsources most of its IT industry to places like China and India. So if the AI technology of Canada get developed, then the economic of China and India will also be influenced. Vice versa, if China or India improve their AI technology, then the whole supply chain of the global market will be influenced. They are all interconnected. On the other hand, the effect of AI is also local specific. Different countries have different industries based on their different environment, different geography, different political structure, different culture. So they will be influenced by AI very differently. So to you, as someone who living in a specific area but connect with these global competitions, you are the one who can reconcile the global view and local view, bringing new critical idea to this discussion about AI and the future of work. So next is about scholarship, which is these sessions.
So, okay, let's talk about the incredible rewards of your hard work in the GYC journey. So first one, let's talk about the scholarship from the University of Toronto, Powapu Leadership Award. So this scholarship has been established to honor Powapu, the president of the Global Youth Challenge and the director of the Arundel Academy. And he is also here today. So we have two scholarships, each valued at 2,500, will be awarded annually to students who rank among the GYC top 16 and are entering their first year of full-time studies in the Faculty of Art and Science. And the preference will be given to one student from the Arundel Academy and another student from any other school. And also, preference will also be given to the international students. The recipients will be selected based on the combination of academic excellence and the demonstrated leadership. Evaluation will be based on the University of Toronto's academic admission criteria and also the students standing as a GYC Top 16 winner and a leadership evaluation rubric. The final selection will be made by the University of Toronto. Next slide, please. For the University of Ottawa, it will provide a one-time $3,000 entrance scholarship to up to 4 of the top 25% of the winner of the GYC annual essay and speech competition. This scholarship is valid only for students who enroll in undergraduate programs at the University of Ottawa. Next slide, please. The Sinclair College will provide a 3,000 entrance scholarship to each of top 25% winners of the GYC annual essay and speech competition. And the scholarship is valid only for students who enroll in academic programs at the Sinclair College. Next slide. For the Arundel Academy, it will award a 32,500 interest scholarship for international students to one of the top 16 winners of the annual Global Youth Challenge essay and speech competition, and a 3,000 interest scholarships to 3 students among the top 15 of all participants. Scholarships are valid only for students who enroll as full-time students in the academic programs and the Arundel Academy. So basically, there is a key takeaway is that these are life-changing opportunities. Keep that in your mind. But remember, you must apply and be accepted to the specific schools and also enroll to receive those funds. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, the top 16 finalists will receive gold, silver, or bronze awards. The top 25% of participants will earn a certificate of distinction, and all participants will receive a certificate of the participation. Those certificates is going to be really valuable for your experiences, especially when you are applying for the undergraduate studies. Next slide, please. And also keep that in mind, GYC platform also have many professionals and expertise who can give you a reference letters based on your projects. And also, we will offer a chance to meet with those expertise at the end of the competition. So that is a really nice chance for you to connect with the industrial leaders. And most importantly, it's going to really evaluate your perspectives.
So
So
next is
let's
about
welcome
our
Daniel.
roles.
Sorry,
Go ahead. Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, so my job. So next is about the roles and rules. So this year we offer 2 kind of positions, the volunteers and the competitors. So the same person can be both a volunteers and competitors. So keep this in mind. In my opinion, volunteer is more about practicing leadership, while the competitor is more about practicing critical thinking. Um, the job of volunteer is to promote GYC event, to recruit more competitor and volunteer, and to provide more training. I believe we want to have more volunteer these years because we want to provide more local, closer guidance and support to those competitors. I remember last year there are a few competitors who failed the competitions because of not following the guidelines strictly. For example, some video require them to, some requirement require them to upload video in like 5 minutes, but some of them upload it for like 6 minutes, which caused them directly fail the competitions, which is a very sad story. So this year we want to have some volunteers who can more closely follow the information and can remind competitors about those rules. And we also have competitors, which is more important. Competitors' job is to do interview, to edit to do interview, to edit video, to write report, and to do presentations. From our official website, we have the video from past competitions, which I find very helpful because by watching those videos, I find that the same idea can be expressed in very different way. Some people are more focused on argument itself. Some people are more focused on performance body language. Some people even draw artwork and spend time on explaining those artwork. Those are very inspiring way of showing the ideas. And like I say, I think the interview is a very important session for the overall competitions. And I hope you can have a more open-minded. So instead of having some fixed idea or assumption or argument in mind, and take the interview as a mean to prove the assumption. I hope you can, through the interaction with the real people who are working, I hope you can keep reflect on and update your own argument such that we can come up with more solid, more useful, and more strong argument in the end. Next is about volunteers, which I think is the most important part now because we want to have more. We want the volunteers to start working and recruit more competitors for us. So I think for volunteers, the more important thing is the recruitment mindset. What you share is not only a chance to win or lose the game, a chance to either win the prize or waste the time, but instead a great opportunity to grow together. From this platform, what you get is the opportunity to train your skill, to build your leadership, to practice your critical thinking, to find a community, and to build your local view and global view. Those are the strongest and most useful thing for your life. So in my own experience, I begin recruiting from my friends, my family, my high school, my elementary school, my club. It's not just about sending a message about GYC itself, but rather it's a whole process of saying hello to let them know what I'm doing now, to rebuild the connection between me and them, and to share the opportunity to begin a new project, to do something together. And from here, I think the most important skill is not about sending the message correctly, but about the attitude, about how to express your confidence, your passion, to build trust with other people. Those are the things we want you to have as a leader. And the recruitment process. So once you join GYC, you will receive a flyer with customized QR code through email. Whoever scans that QR code will automatically become the one who you recruit, become the volunteer or the competitor you recruit, such that their performance will be recorded as your achievement, become your volunteer hours. So you can see the difference between the customized flyer and the general flyer. In the customized flyer, there is a big capital D in front of the QR code, which is the first letter of my first name. So whoever scans this code will become the one I recruited, and his or her performance will become my volunteer's hour. On the other hand, whoever scan this general flyer will become independent volunteer or competitor. So his contribution will not be recorded as anyone's volunteer hours. So after someone scan your QR code and then sign up the registrations, without you doing anything, you will automatically get an email letting you know about who you recruited and letting you know about their informations. Sometimes just by sending a flyer to a public platform, you can get 3 or 4 email telling you more and more people joining in because of you, which is a very encouraging experience. So here are some requirement and conditions about what you can do, what you should do, and how much volunteer hours you can earn. So you can check them by visiting your email or by visiting the official websites. I will not take them as some conditions you must follow or some requirement you must follow, but instead take them as the guideline about how to practice your leadership skill. Because each requirement here, such as creating content, successful content, posting information, and then posting modern videos, creating videos, those are the skill about how to express yourself, how to build your image, how to express your confidence, your passions, how to send message to other people. Those are what we want a leader to have. And those are the things you can learn from GYC. And the next is about competitors.
So for our competitors, here are the steps for you to produce your entry at the GYC. So first of all, the main part is to conduct an interview. So you can conduct an interview with one or more members of your household or community. As Daniel mentioned earlier, someone who is really relate to the AI field. For example, a teacher, an entrepreneur, a worker, or an adult in your life, to gather the real world insights on how the AI is influencing the future of work in your local community. And the video record this interview and make sure to obtain the permission from the person you are interviewing. We will cite the link at our website. You can choose any questions you like and decide the length of the interview, but you should plan on using selected portions of this interview in your final submission. So please do remember, obtain the permission form from our website because most of you are under 18s. Next slide, please. So step 2 is to create the interview video. You need to create a 3 to 5 minutes edited version of your interview that highlights the key moments or ideas from your interview. So that will be part 1 of your submission. And step 3 is develop ideas and propose solutions. Develop ideas and propose solutions means that you need to analyze how AI will likely impact workers in your community from your own perspectives and identifying the challenges and the opportunities. And also think about any original and responsive solutions for shaping the future of work in your part of the world. That's the most important part of our competition, which is the critical thinking. Next slide, please. And then you will create or present a presentation or project submission. So you need to prepare a 3 to 5 minutes presentation video summarizing your research, your ideas, and proposed your solutions. Your presentation may include slides, visuals like images, or other creative media to communicate your message effectively. You can include video excerpts from your interview, although this is not required since it will also be submitted. And for the written project summary, it is quite simple, but it contains a 200 to 400 word summary introducing yourself, describing your community, and your concerns and hopes for the future of work in your community that related to the AI field. You may include up to 3 images in the summary. Next slide, please. So here is the submission checklist. In total, you need to finish 4 parts. The first one is the interview video and the presentation video and a written summary. And if you're under 18s, we need to sign the permission form and also for your interviewee. So please visit our official website to get more information. And for the, I see Ming is typing in the chat because no worries. We will send you a copy via the email and also the video recording as well. So for the important dates and the finalists, so mark your calendars because for the competitor, the registration is open until February 18, 2026. And your submissions are due by March 8th. So we will announce the top 16 finalists on March 15. This finalist will given a live presentation on YouTube and Bilibili on March 27 and 28th. And for the volunteers, The registration will begin from the November 1st, 2025 and to the end of the March 2026. The submission of the volunteer hours would also via the email. So please remember those email and also the registration dates. Next slide, please. And for the finalist announcements, the top 16 finalists will be announced on the website and contacted individually by email on the March 15, 2026. And also we will do the presentation on the YouTube and Bilibili on the March 27 and 28th. After the live session, we will award the gold, silver, and bronze in total are 16s, like 1 for gold, 5 for silver, and 10 for bronze. And finally, on March 31st, we will announce the top 25% winners from the all participants.
And we will also provide you support and guidance to be success. So now we plan to offer two kind of classes. The first one is master classes. The second is about information classes. So in master class, we will provide training for interview, presentation, argument, and video editions. The master class will be held by volunteer lead like me or Liz, or by other volunteer in the form of sharing experience. Now, I'm not sure we have any scheduled in masterclass because we want to have more competitors join in before starting the masterclass. So now our focus are more about information class, like today, where we update information about GYC. So for those volunteer, I hope you can join this kind of session more than once, because it's not just about knowing what you should do, but also knowing about what GYC is and what we are doing, such that you can better present ourselves to other people, to let them know what we are doing and invite them to join us.
And here's the final session of our information session today. It's really important that we collect some questions that being asked frequently before. So for the question 1, is this an individual or team competition? So the participants compete and submit as individuals. For the question 2, that's being asked most frequently. So what language must be used for submissions? Since the GYC is a global competition, so we have the competitors and the volunteers from all of the world. So for the interview video, the conversation itself may be conducted in your native language if needed for the authentic for your convenient, but it must include accurate English subtitles. However, for the presentation video and the written summary, remember, it must be entirely in English. Daniel, do you want to finish the rest of the part?
Sorry, I just lost my control. So the question simply is, who can I interview? Who can I interview? And are there any age requirements? So we strongly recommend interviewing someone whose work or experience is directly connected to or impacted by AI. If your interviewee is under 18, their guardians must sign the permissions form and provide their contact information. And you may interview up to 3 people for richer insight, but a single in-depth conversation is perfectly sufficient. So although we only require a 5 minutes video for the interview, I will recommend, in my opinion, the conversation may take about half an hour to an hour for you to have a more natural conversation, for you to build trust with each other, for you to really understand each other. And then you will edit the best possible moment within the conversation to make that 5 minute videos. And questions 4, what format is acceptable for the interview? Interview can be conducted virtually via Zoom or in person. However, we highly recommend and encourage in-person local interview whenever possible. So if possible, we want the background of the video be more connected with the working environment. For example, if you interview a teacher, then we want the interview take place in a classroom if possible, such that we can have understanding not only to that person who are working, but to the working environment. We can know, like, to really understand that interviewee as a real working person. And I think that's it. So we can make this as also a Q&A session for people who are in the Zoom meeting now.
Shad and Sarah, do you have any questions? Since I know we've obtained lots of information for today, so I'm sure that maybe you will feel confused about some uh for some confused about our competition. You can type in the chat box or you can just unmute it yourself. So Daniel, could you please go to the next slides? So for the next slides, I copy paste our website so you can go to check our to get more information about this competition on our website. And if you have any questions, please contact us via the email because usually we connect with our competitors and volunteers by using the emails.
And we also have a Discord community now.
So Kai, if you are here, could you please share the link of the Discord?
Sure. I will share now.
Thank you.
Just give me 1 second. Let me find it.
Can the chat also be recorded by the Zoom? Or I can type also copy and paste the link to the screen, such that those who watch the video after can also join the Discord.
Yeah, you're right. Um, so Shad and Sarah, do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Should
Go
I
ahead.
interview like any like a teacher, or should I interview someone in the mall, for example, or in the bookstore, like anyone? Like
You
any
can
stranger?
just be creative. I think for example, teachers, absolutely. Like
I think you
someone
can
who
have
has
go ahead.
You can go ahead anyways.
I think you can have an unofficial conversation with them first, like knowing about what's their opinion about AI, and then you can have an official with them, like basis on knowing who have more ideas about AI. Yes.
Thank you.
There is no limitation or restriction about what they do, like their career. We do not have that. But be just remember that you need to find someone that really has the experiences related to the AI. The teacher is a
And
good
even though you
choice.
cannot, yeah, teacher definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And even though you cannot upload more than one interview videos, the more interview you have done, the more research you have done will contribute to your final presentation and project video, I believe, because they are all evidence.
Thank you so much.
But if you have more questions, just do not hesitate, like contact with us via the emails. So Sarah, how about you? But thank you, Shad, for your questions. Those are really good questions.
Yep. That is also a very common question that we have received because you can go out to your community to interview people, maybe 1, 2, or 3. It's up to you. It's up to your the amount of time that you invest in the competition. But make sure that the people you interviewed have experience, have the knowledge of work, and they may be impacted by AI, and they are also concerned about AI taking over the future work of the people. So the more information that you can have from the people you interviewed, the better you can write in your summary and also in your presentation video. So, of course, interviewing your teacher, your professor, or even your director at the company or at the place where you are doing your internship, for example, are a perfect example. I just want to remind you that you can be a competitor to submit your work, and at the same time, you can also be a volunteer because we really look forward to having more and more volunteers and competitors. So please, if you have the opportunity, you can promote the Global Youth Challenge 2026 to more and more people in your community, or virtually sharing the information with other people. So we are expecting to have more people joining us, and we can have a better quality of the submission. And the more the merrier, the more the better, especially the young people. You can develop your leadership and your community spirit by joining the Global Youth Challenge.
Yes, I will already encourage a competitor to also be a volunteer because usually you have friends who also share the similar conditions, similar interests, similar passions, and you can just share your own experience to them as an example, and then earn volunteer hour correspondingly, which is also helpful for your future.
Daniel, so you can also copy paste the link that Kai sent at the chat box at the end of
Sure.
our PowerPoint slides. So we can send them to all of our competitors and volunteers.
Okay.
So Shad, do you have any questions? Because I think that's all for today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to connect with us.
So this is our link for the Discord community.
Here on the chat box.
Yes, and also post it on the screen.
Yes. We can still find it, right? If we go to Discord and we find the Global Youth Challenge, we can also see it. And for chat, I remember last week we also had one student who was only 13, and he said he's staying in Saudi Arabia, and he also came from Egypt. So now we have you at the second person from Saudi Arabia, who is the Egyptian.
That's cool.
I have a question. Yes, sorry. I have a question. So will the Discord community be maintained after the competitions?
I think it will be a long-term thing to
It's a
have
long-term
the
thing.
Discord. Yes.
Mhm.
And I see we still have some time left, so maybe I could introduce our Discord a little bit.
Yes,
Of
please.
course, go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so also made the slides for it. So let me. Okay, just which button to press to start slides? Okay, so it's gonna be like a very quick intro and guide through to help you walk through the Discord and understanding like what modules we have and its functions. So first of all, you need, of course, you need to apply to get in the server. So once you click on the link, you will be required to answer 5 questions, and those 5 questions are not determinable of like whether you will be rejected or accepted by the server automatically. It's just we need you to provide some information to help us understanding who you are and um, to see like to know like your relations with the GYC competition, and also to be able to join our server, we have age restrictions. So if you are above 30 years old,